Well, hello and welcome to day 39, y'all. Hoping I don't get anybody to disturb me here. Tell you it's always that, even though I have it on do not disturb, I got some breakthroughs as usual. It's Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady over at LetsTalkStrategies.com, where I work with those, generally speaking, overwhelmed 6 and 7 figure female CEOs, the coaches, consultants, and service professionals. Excited about today. I think it's going to be a relatively quick one, but every time I say it, I always end up going past what I need to go past. But listen, I'm excited about giving you all some true practical tips on today's topic. It's day 39 of the Strategic Leadership Mastery Series. I'm here daily, whether it's live or on the weekend, because this is part of the weekend edition where some of these may be pre-recorded. So I want to welcome you again and thank you so much for joining me and sticking in here with me as we head to the end. The end is going to be 61 days. I'm here sharing content with you for 61 straight days. Oh, talk about tired. It's a lot of work, but I'm appreciating it. I'm loving it. Giving this good, as I would say. So again, it's day 39. Our topic of discussion today, y'all, is kind of simple, but I'm going to give it to you from two different perspectives. It's all about knowing where you want to be. And as leaders, being strategic and mastering things, y'all, we got to know where we want to be as successful female CEOs. Okay. So, in my opinion, I think just like the rest of them, every day that I've been sharing, I think it's really good, critical information that we need to dive into. And I believe that understanding and wanting to know where you want to be truly determines the level of success that you want to have. So, knowing where you want to be is extremely important. Now, this is truly tailored for you. Again, if you are a female CEO, consultant, coach, or service professional who's seeking some clarity. I know I'm all about that amidst the chaos of your goals and your aspirations. Okay. So, we're going to explore some practical steps as usual to ensure that you're not just dreaming about the strategical landscape or strategical steering, if I use the boat as I normally would use as a form of guidance towards envisioning your success. So, again, why knowing where you want to be matters? Think about it like this: you're navigating somewhere, right? You're navigating through the landscape of how to truly run a successful business. And doing this, it truly requires a specific, well defined destination. You need to know the end result in mind or the end goal in mind. You need to know where you're going. And as female leaders steering that ship, right, means understanding where our unique brilliance truly matters. Now, it's not about something I'm going to say that a lot of people tend to do. Y'all, we can't operate this thing in a generic way, the way that she did it and the way that he did it and the gurus did it. We need to really truly understand and maximize our true brilliance because that's what really matters, right? So it's not about that generic aspiration. You really want to kind of peel back the onion layer and get some clarity on some things. It's about crafting the goals that align with that God-given dream that he gave you, the goals that align with your business vision so you can drive sustainable growth. So let's go ahead and let's jump right in. I really don't need this one to be long because I gotta run. I gotta get on mommy duty here in a minute. So let's talk about the first practical tip. If you're just now joining, our topic today of discussion is all about knowing where you want to be. My name is Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady. And practical tip number one that will help you know where you want to be if you're not quite sure, right? First things first, y'all. Again, I told you I'm going to come from two different perspectives on each practical tip that I give you. First things first, you need to define clear and specific goals. Okay. We need to really shift from that vague type of aspiration to more or less that clear or crystal clear objectives, right? That truly resonate with your business vision. We got to do it. So again, I've been talking a whole lot about, being, specifying your measurable milestones, ensuring your goals align with the long-term vision. I even need mine to align with my short terms, in my opinion. So for instance, if you're a coach, again, because I'm speaking to coaches, consultants, and service professionals, okay? If you're a coach, you need to articulate the precise outcomes that you want to aim to achieve in your client's transformation. Because as you're coaching them, they want to know what you're going to do to help them transform, to get where they need to be, right? So whether it's over the next week, the next month, the next quarter, you need to focus on some tangible results. Now, this example that I gave you doesn't mean it can't also go for a service professional or a consultant, but I'm just kind of picking out which ones I just want to kind of give an example on for clarity. Okay. Now, let's break it down in its simple terms, because I told you I was going to give it to you two ways. In its most layman's simple terms, all it means is moving from that broad hope that we tend to operate in, right, to clear and specific targets to connect with your business vision. Okay. So, in a nutshell, you need to define goals that you can measure, making sure that they match your long-term vision. I get people always trying to give me certain things to add into mine and they don't match. And I just have to tell them, oh, that sounds good, but it doesn't match. It's not the perfect marriage. So you need to make sure that your goals that you're measuring match your long-term vision. Okay. I gave you the example as a coach. You need to make sure you clearly state those specific changes that you want to see in your clients' lives in the next quarter or next 3 months, if you want to say that. Concentrating, y'all, on tangible and real results, not fluff. Time out for that. Now, practical tip number 2. It's time to get with the numbers, y'all. It is about the numbers. So I'm going to come from the level that most of us hear people talking about, but we don't have clarity over. And then I'll break it down to its layman's terms. Data-driven decision making. Yeah, I'm touching back on it. I really am. You need to ground your goals in extensive research and data for well-informed choices. You want to be making the right decisions, and it's in the numbers. It really truly is. So leverage things like market insights, your customer feedbacks, and of course, those industry trends to help guide you on your decision-making process. So in this instance, I'm going to use a service provider. So if you're a service provider, understanding the nuance, the dynamics of your market empowers you to tailor your offerings effectively. Okay. This is going to ensure that you align with your clients' needs and preferences. The other day, I believe I talked something about like a beautician, right? Whether you're doing hair, whether you're selling hair, right? You need to really, really be on top of understanding the market, the types of hair, the texture of it. A lot of women do that's, I can't think of the name of it, where they put the thing in front and they glue it down. Look, I try to be as natural as possible if I can. Still, you need to be on top of the market, right? And make sure that you can tailor your offerings effectively. You're selling clip-ins, you're selling, weave, whatever it is, be on top of that game so that you can best share with your audience. Got to stay on top of the market. Got to, so you can tailor those offerings effectively. If you don't, somebody else is. Okay. Now, in its most simple terms or layman's term, all it means is using information and research to make the smart decisions. Okay. Gather the insights, like I said, of your market, the feedback from your customer. Make sure you are on top of those trends in your industry. You got to. This way, you can simply customize your offerings to better suit what your clients want and need. We got to get out of what we think they need. It's about what they want and need. Even though we kind of know how to tweak it on the back part of it, we need to get them what they want and need, because they're not going to come and buy it from you just because you think they need something. They're coming to you for what they think they need, right? So it's about being informed and making choices based on data, or the data, on the numbers. It's all in the numbers. Now, practical tip number 3. strategic, schedule, and prioritize. Listen, we really need to elevate our effectiveness by being strategic, even with our schedule. And when you can be strategic with your schedule, that means you are truly able to clearly prioritize your task. I'm all about prioritizing my task. I'm all about working on income generating tasks. To me, that's prioritized, not all that other stuff that I really don't have time for that's not doing nothing for me. So dedicate specific time slots for priority activities, ensuring you maintain, here we are, see my eyes, focus on those critical elements. Because as a CEO, allocate that dedicated time each week for your strategic planning is going to be really important. If you're CEO and you're not strategically planning, you are taking mud and throwing it up against the wall and expecting for it to stick. That's not a good place to be in, right? So you need to be laying the groundwork for that. What, as I always talk about at the end of what I tell you what I do, for sustainable business sustainable business practices that support the end result, which hopefully is the long term goal. Now, if we put it down in its most elementary terms or simple terms, it's about planning, y'all, and organizing your time more effectively. Because as a CEO, setting aside those specific times each week for those important tasks, like strategic planning, is going to really position you to be able to meet those income generating goals, to be able to leverage at a level that's not explainable. Okay. This is going to help you truly focus on those crucial activities. And in my opinion, it helps you build more of that strong foundation for long term success. It's like creating a schedule that prioritizes what really matters for your business in a nutshell, because that's what you really need to be working on. That's what your focus needs to be on. Now, practical tip or step number 4. I've been touching on it the last couple of days, and again, I'm gonna come back to it again. I'm just giving it to you from a different level. I'm a business strategist. I like talking all things strategies. Regular goal reassessment, because we may assess things, but we need to reassess. So cultivate a practice of revisiting your goals every few months. I tend to like to do it quarterly. This is going to allow you, one, to recalibrate, readjust, and fix some stuff and celebrate, right? You need to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements that you have made, be able to look at those goals, and so that you can give yourself the judge that you need to honestly want to keep going, right? Keep that tenacity, keep that momentum. It's also going to allow you to leverage your insights that are gained so that you can refine, right? And adjust the goals. Not just because they don't look like they're working, all of a sudden I just got to keep switching. You may need to see what needs to be fixed in it. And then sometimes some of these goals may need to be scrapped, right? Keep it, pause it, scrap it, or delegate it, right? But doing this is going to help you be able to have a clear vision so you can see to do the things that you really need to be able to do. So, if you are a consultant, regularly evaluating things, because as a consultant, you're dealing with a lot of evaluations of your consultancy offerings that you're offering a corporation or whoever you're providing consulting services to, right? That's essential. It really is, right? Because you need to adapt to the evolving client needs and stay responsive, I guess, to your industry changes. Now, if I was to break that down in its most simple terms or layman's terms, all it means is regularly checking in on your goals. Take the time every few months, again, to celebrate what you've achieved and adjust your goals based on what you've learned. Okay. Because we're going to be learning stuff all the time. Okay. And again, being that you're a consultant, regularly reviewing those services, making sure that they still meet your clients' needs is going to be extremely important, right? Because the industry is always changing and you got to stay on top of it. You can't go to a company and say, "Oh, I didn't know that." Even if you didn't know it, please don't say it. You can say, "Oh, you know what? Let me check it. Let me get some more information on that for you and get back to you," right? You need to stay on the know or in the know, okay? But in your instance as a consultant, oftentimes there's some flexibility involved. right? So we got to stay flexible and make sure that your goals truly that they stay relevant. Okay. Now, practical tip number 5. I just went through it, y'all, and I've been going through it for maybe about almost 2 years. And today I just got off a 5-day challenge with Myron Golden. Continuous learning for empowerment. You got to. Listen, I'm encouraging you to foster continuous learning as the cornerstone for empowerment and growth, right? I usually don't like to use the terminology empowerment a whole lot because a lot of people make that real, real fluffy, right? But learning empowers you. It really does. And it allows you to continue to grow on a consistent basis. By doing this, listen, you will be able to truly stay attuned to the industry, what's going on, and it'll allow you to keep elevating and allow you to keep leveraging. So make sure that you invest in skill development, right? Embrace the ongoing education. Listen, we all gonna stay in school, in my opinion. If you're not and you feel like you've arrived, let me know how that's going for you later on when things start drying up. But sometimes you got to make a pivot, right? And sometimes you don't see it until you are getting that additional education and helping you continue to elevate. So embrace the ongoing education. And as that female CEO, the successful female CEO, staying up to date on the latest trends is going to just truly empower you, okay, to continue to lead and to help you stand as that authority, right? Because we want you to stand up because it's your level of expertise. You are the authority in that thing that you're teaching, or the thing that in your business thing that you're running in the right lane with, right? This is going to help in a nutshell, really, in my opinion. It's going to help you better demonstrate your expertise, right, in your field. And it's okay to tell people, hey, I'm over here in this training. Listen, I get people to pay into my services. If you don't pay into me, best to believe I got to be paying somewhere else for somebody to get me what I need, right? I got to get what I need so I can stay on top of the game, if I wanted to say it like that. Now, if we want to talk about it in its most simple terms, all I'm meaning again, and I'm sure even in that level that I just explained, that this is still going to come somewhat myriad, but I'm breaking it down on 2 levels because some people say some of the verbiage I use sometimes can be a little technical. All I'm saying is that always learning and growing is extremely important. Stay updated on what's happening in your industry. Invest time in developing your skills and keep learning. That's it. Just that simple, right? When you do this, it allows you to lead and operate with confidence, right? Remember, this is strategic leadership mastery. This is a series we're on. I'm walking with you through being strategic in your moves because you are a leader, you're a female CEO, and encouraging you to master every inch, every level of your business so that you can move with confidence. Okay. This is going to allow you to do just that. Okay. So, making education a key part of this journey is going to be extremely helpful because it's going to help you have the success that I know that you desire to have. Now, practical tip or step number 6 is team collaboration for collective success. So you need to cultivate a culture of collaboration within your team. Okay. We need to foster, y'all, an environment where every member in our environment, even if they are a VA, a virtual assistant, they need to feel like their contribution truly matters. Okay. At each and every level, right? They need to feel valued. They really do. You make them feel like they're not worth being here, they're going to leave and you're going to be stuck, right? So I'm encouraging you to keep that open communication to enhance your service delivery, your client satisfaction, helping you what? Create that type of ecosystem that I know you desire to do. And that takes teamwork, in my opinion, right? Because having that collaborative ecosystem will fuel things for you, right? It gives you that collective success. It really does. And you don't need to be trying to do all this stuff on your own. You don't. You need to be able to operate in your zone of genius or optimization. In its simple terms or layman's terms, it's about working together, girl, as a team. It's not just a your show. It's a team effort. Create that environment where everyone's ideas and efforts are appreciated. Okay. Encourage the open communication to improve how you service the clients. This again is going to help make your team or the whole thing as it comes down to team feel and operate as a collaborative effort. You create that collaborative space in a nutshell, and it supports everyone and it allows everyone to be successful, not just you, but the team players. It really does. It's like building a teamwork culture where everyone plays a valuable role in achieving shared goals. Teamwork makes the dream work in a nutshell. Okay. Now, practical tip number 7 is strategic networking and partnerships. Let me tell you, that has been golden for me. And I always believe in networking, but I don't like to network just for the sake of networking. I don't believe in it and won't do it. As a matter of fact, I set it down for a while because I got tired of showing up to the same places and everybody was doing the same thing. No one was networking together or partnering together. It was just all about me, 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 me. But when you deal with strategic networking and partnership, that's a whole nother goal, a whole nother direction, a whole nother level in a nutshell. I remember one day, the day that I had, not Norm Broski, it was the founder of BNI, Ivan Myers. Let me tell you something. He was on my TV show years ago, and he's in my book, Let's Talk Strategies: Conversations with Millionaires and Highly Successful Entrepreneurs, the Solopreneur's Guide to Success. And the way he explained the 12 by 12 by 12 rule, I got to go back and even listen to that. I'll put my book up and point out some areas for you all to stay on top of things. But he he really teaches how to be strategic when it comes to networking and forming the right partnerships. So, in a nutshell, we need to what? Build meaningful connections for mutual growth. Everybody's growing. Weaving a network that does what, y'all? It shouldn't stay here. We should extend beyond the individual pursuit. We all need to win in this thing, right? So establish that strategic partnership that amplifies your impact, okay? This is going to open up doors to collaborative things, workshops, master classes, the sky's the limit. Okay, this is going to allow you all to also have shared insights so you all can dance off that data together, right? And it's going to open you up for new opportunities for growth, because I'm about that growth. So we're going to use a coach as an example here. Networking as a coach, because I'm a consultant, a coach, and I do it at different levels for corporations and not individuals, group settings. Okay, for coaching. Um, I like to network with other fellow coaches, right? Because that helps me to enhance my professional network. I mean, I may have a coach who deals with financial stuff. I don't deal with that stuff. But if I collaborate with her, listen, it's golden for both of us, right? It helps enhance my services. So if I'm doing a summit, if I'm doing something like that, and I still want to make sure you have that offering, I got somebody else that can give it. It's a win-win situation, right? Listen, do that. That's all I can say, right? Create the synergy that benefits all parties involved. Win-win situation. So when we break it down in its most simple terms, okay, it's about building those valuable relationships and partnerships for shared growth, okay? Connect with others in a way that goes beyond just individual goals. Form the partnerships that truly enhance your impact, leading to opportunities for collaboration for their impact. Okay, we talked about the shared insights. It helps for that real, true overall growth. Okay, synergy is going to be key and extremely important. And we all benefit. We all benefit. Everyone benefits. Okay. Now, I want to congratulate you on hanging out with me, y'all, for 39 days. Tomorrow's going to be day 40. That's definitely going to be pre-recorded unless God says otherwise, because, I'm going to be at church and enjoying everybody else that I like to enjoy, aka my family, and spending time with the Lord. But I'm always here to tell you that I appreciate you for deciding to hang out with me. I mean, I don't think it's just something that's supposed to be. I count it a privilege. I'm truly honored, and I'm excited to come to you on a consistent day-to-day basis to share ways that you can be strategic and be the leader that I know you are, and master your skills the way that I know you desire to master, so you can have that sustainable growth. So I appreciate you all for hanging out with me here today on day 39. Topic was all about knowing where you want to be. The practical tips that I share with you will help you do just that. Okay. My name is Danette Moss, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady, over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor, where I enjoy working with those female 6 and 7 figure consultants, service providers, look, coaches. I enjoy helping them literally go from that space of overwhelm to putting their business on rinse and repeat. And y'all, I do this using a 4-step framework that may seem simple to people, but I decided to make it simple. And that is simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline your business. I help you get your SaaS on. And when you get your SaaS on, we can go from strategy to implementation, because now we can see clear. I'm all about that. All right, your homework for today is to make sure that you go back, look at these tips. I provided 7 practical tips for you. Listen, do the checkup from the neck up for yourself. Put one into play if you're not putting it into play, okay? And share your insights with us. Share your comments in the comment section if you would, please. But if you are that female that doesn't necessarily like sharing her comments out in the outside sphere on all these different platforms, whether you're joining me here on IG, welcome, on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, aka Twitter, or YouTube, I'd love for you to leave your comments and your insights in the comments section, but you may not be comfortable there. So I invite you to come on over and join us over in the Get Your SaaS On community. That's GYSO community.letstalkstrategies.com. Again, that is GYSO community.letstalkstrategies.com. Thanks so much for joining me. Please peel back the onion layer. Take the time to sow into yourself. Go back through these practical tips, these 7 tips. Give yourself the checkup from the neck up. Make sure you're practicing these points. If you're not, put them into play, girl. Put them into play. And come back and join us for tomorrow, day 40, where we are going to explore another facet of strategic leadership, because that's what this is all about. So stay focused, stay strategic. I'm about that. And keep shining. All right. Y'all take care. This is Danette, business systems and implementation strategist, aka the strategy lady. Bye for now.